Within the AR customer file and accounting tab, you'll see that the customer can be assigned a specific sales tax amount, sales tax rate. Within Transact, you can have several different sales tax structures. This is maintained under System and Support files. And again, we'll come back to that subject at a later time. The available terms can be selected per customer. There is a default value that is presented under the company setup under System, but these values can be changed by administration to suit the customer appropriately. The credit limit is the credit limit for all invoices, whether this customer is utilizing jobs or not. The finance charge is typically 1.5 or thereabouts. You can go and change this value per customer if you have an agreement with that customer to have a lower finance charge rate. The sales discount percentage affects all sales for this customer. So it is a broad range of, it is the entire store, except for items which are set to no discount. The sales discount is a retail tax retail percentage off. It will come under settings as some other options for discounting, but that's a very broad discount as that describes. Sales codes are utilized within the general ledger description of customers and items, typically left at default. Some further discussion at a later time will be made for this. Blanket purchase orders can be given to the store by the customer so that that portion of the purchase order value will be retained within every invoice after this. So they may still be prompted for a PO. There's a blanket PO, then they can have an additional prompt at point of sale or during account charge for that particular invoice being created. Again, on the right hand side are our terms. A tab terms, or tab invoices as it's called, allows you to have multiple invoices during a period of time. Then it gets collapsed into a single invoice and then sent to the customer. The account charge PO is required so that when this item is checked, the customer will be prompted for a purchase order number, and the clerk must put in a non-blank value for that entry. At times, the customer will have a limited purchasers on their account, so when someone comes on behalf of the customer's account into the store, you will have a controlled purchaser listing being presented, which is under the contacts. And so it can be recording the authorized or record the name, or this function is not used. The very last field within this particular structure is the tax ID, so that if you have a non-taxed customer over to the left here, non-taxed, you would put in the tax ID for that entity and then the date for that expiration date for that particular entity. You can use the calendar, etc., to move forward in time. Say it's the end of this particular month, let's say apply. So you can enter that value in there.